I like the song.
Hello, folks. Hello. Today is Carol Hall's Day. Y'all know what to do, ain't you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you.
And Robert Brown had the nerve to say, how high can you count?
4 years.
That's better than Nancy says, I have no account.
Good morning. Steve is not here this morning, so I don't think that there are any announcements to be made, other than, Merry Christmas. And we have some visitors, Paul. You wanna talk to us about your visitors?
Oh, this is Allie and Juan. And they've just recently moved from Miami up to Gastonia area. Juan is working to work with First Horizon Bank.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo, I'm sorry. I remembered your credit card. He's taking tests and getting ready to be involved with Wells Fargo. Allie's still looking, to find gainful employment or whatever, so she's enjoying being a housewife. And I had the privilege to marry them 2 years ago. And so they're here now because her parents are in New York and his parents are in Miami, and they just wanted a family, so it just worked for us to adopt them as part of our family. Allie is actually from the Ukraine, and she was at Henderson State University when she was swimming, and right after she finished swimming there, I was looking for a GA, and she was on her way flying from Arkansas to New York to see her parents, and I took her off the plane and brought her to Hickory. She'd never seen me or knew me or anything, and I met her at the airport, and I said, come on, you're coming to Hickory to spend the night, meet the team and all that. So she decided to stay and get her MBA at LR. So these are our 2 adopted children now. We have a few adopted.
Hey, put on your hat. Does everybody know your hat? Put on, hey, everybody, eyes on Paul.
And I'm leaning up against the wall because I think this.
Did you not see? Did you not see
What
me
I'm
sitting there?
about to do this morning, I said I
Do what?
could teach children, but
I just
standing
need
up
to
in
know.
front of adults, just, unknown.
Can you adopt one more?
If we could, just bow our heads for, a few minutes, and, I want you to think about the manger and what you picture when you think about the manger. Our class is, we love you, Jesus. We love this church. We love our class. Be with us as we see Jesus in a manger, as he came to save us. And last year we might have referred to us as the Three Musketeers or the Three Stooges. This is not a Marcia show. This is a Marcia, Nancy, and Larry show. All right. And if for some reason this doesn't work, I may sit in the chair to do the rest of the lesson. And I think some were a little bit concerned that you would not get out in time, but you will, I promise. You will be out in plenty of time. Last year, I told you that, I'm a special ed teacher. Long time a special ed teacher. And as a special ed teacher, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and tactile. Last year I had you to dance. I promise you don't have to dance this time. We're not doing, the 12 days of Christmas. So you're gonna miss out on the kinesthetic part, but you have a tactile in your hands. And you're gonna have a visual, and unfortunately, auditory. So you'll have visual, auditory, and tactile today, as part of this. This is, again, stories about the songs and the carols of Christmas. If you did not get, a copy last year and you want the meaning of the partridge, I have some copies of that, of the partridge in a pear tree, the true meaning of that. So I have some of those, if you want that. Sorry. The stories behind the best love songs of Christmas. And this comes from Ace Collins, and he has written more than 100 books, lots and lots of honors. He's written children's books. But this is the story behind the Christmas songs. This is more stories behind the Christmas songs. And this is the one Sandy used a little bit. This is stories behind the traditions of Christmas. So these are three Ace Collins books. And we're going to explore today a little bit about the songs. Last year, one of the first songs we did was Away in the Manger. And I'm not going to do that one again. I just wanted to just to visit that, because today we are going to talk about the manger, lying in the manger. And the person behind that was James Murray in 1887. The first two verses of Away in the Manger are anonymous. Nobody knows who or where. But he was responsible for the third verse of Away in the Manger. The manger, a trough or open box in a stable designed to hold feed or fodder for livestock. And I ask you to picture what you thought about the manger, where the newborn Jesus was placed. The manger that the angels mentioned to the shepherds. The manger where the shepherds found this newborn baby. And perhaps we do think about a wooden manger. We don't have one of those up here. We see it in the sanctuary in the church. I have an ornament that Richard's mom gave to the 5-year-olds in her Sunday school class. And this has been hanging on our tree now for 40-some years, but it's over 60 years old. 65 years old, actually. That's sort of tells you how. All right. We're going to talk today about a song that was wonderfully done. Mary, did you know? We're actually going to sing that too. Mark Lowry, who is, and Jessica said, Molly, could you not find a better picture than that? But really, no, that there was no way to find a better picture. Of all the Christmas songs of the last 30 decades, this one was one of the most unique. Mark Lowry, a child after my own heart, he was wild. He was a wild thing. They described him as having the energy of fifth graders. He had the curiosity of a dozen 4-year-olds. He wore his mom and dad out. He just absolutely wore them out. He started singing almost before he could talk. And as a preschooler, he was doing solos, he was singing all the time. But never stopping. His parents, he was trouble in school. And his parents wanted to channel this, instead of him being labeled a troublemaker and a problem child. He was hyperactive and he was on medication, but they wanted to channel some of this energy and some of this curiosity. And so they put him in every singing event that they could find, every one. And when he was a young person, he sung at a convention in front of 15,000 people. And he was just a young man, a teenager. He joined and was part of the Bill Gaither Trio and was with them. And when Bill Gaither saw him, he just knew there was something about him that he could become a part of that trio. And this is where he met Buddy Green. When he was about 26 years old, his minister asked him if he would do a play. Is that being very distracting? Okay. Asked him if he would write a script for a play. And as he was preparing for that, he thought, okay, how can I do this so that it's a little bit different? And so he decided that he would start by asking questions of Mary, the mother. And he wrote the script for the Christmas program, but he couldn't find a tune. He just could not find anything that satisfied him and he thought would work. And so 2 years after Buddy Green was a part of the Bill Gaither Trio, he wrote a note. He didn't want to talk to him, but he wrote a note to Buddy Green, and he said, "This is something that I wrote. Can you put it to music and make it into a hit?" And so Buddy Green did that. He put the music to Mary, Did You Know? And so we are going to sing that song. Larry, does that look right? Is that,
You guys feel free to sing along. It's a key we can do it in. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy calm a storm with his hand. Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb? And the sleeping child you're holding is the great I am.
Yay.
You did it.
Great. Very nice. And just think, Mark Lowry wrote that, just sort of as some questions that he was asking. All right. Our next, song is, What Child Is This? What Child Is This was registered, at one point to, Richard Jones in 1580. There's nothing that could be found about that. They even thought that a king might have had something to do with it. But it ended up that William Chatterton Dix was responsible for the words to this song. And William's father was a surgeon, and he was a surgeon for the money, but he was a writer for the joy of writing. And William picked up on that, and he was manager of a big insurance company, and but he was a poet at heart. He loved writing poetry. He wrote this song, and it was written and called The Manger Throne to begin with. It was written and called The Manger Throne. He was tragically struck at the age of 29 with a near fatal illness, and it robbed him of his strength, and he was in the bed for months. As he lay near death, he often reflected on his faith and reading the Bible and studying the Word. After regaining his strength, he was inspired and wrote some of the greatest hymns ever written by an English layman. As with Gladys Melville was one of those. When he was writing hymns and raising a family, Christmas wasn't a commercial, it wasn't commercials, a celebration, sort of like it is today. And so the manger throne, became a much-loved carol. But the name was changed to What Child Is This? And we're gonna sing What Child Is This? It's page 219, I think, in your handbook.
I think that's right.
Okay.
It's 219, right? They all there? What child is this who prays to rest on Mary's lavish sleeping? Whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Praise to bring him all the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies he in such mean estate, where ox and ass are feeding? Good Christians here for sinners here, the silent word is free. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste to bring him all the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh from heaven's King to home. The King of Kings, salvation brings, when loving hearts enthrone him. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste to bring him all the babe, the Son of Mary.
I told you we'd get you out of here in plenty of time. I have two more, that I just am like a teacher, make sure that I prepare enough. So there's another one, there's a Song in the Air, page, I think it's, page 249. Your homework is, if I let you out early, that you, when you're upstairs, page 249, that you sit and look at least at the words of the song. And then the last one, infant holy, infant lowly, that you look, at both of those. We appreciate you being here today, and there is not a lesson, if I'm correct, for next Sunday. Yes, yes. And so,
One worship service at 10 o'clock.
okay, all right, so we,
Sanctuary.
we will have Sunday school next week, and then there's just one worship service, okay? So we'll see you again in the new year. We have a newsletter that's coming out, soon. And I may get it, I was waiting to see Steve to get the amount that we raised, I was gonna put that in there. If I get in touch with him, I'll put that in there before we see that, but he'll have the some of Margaret's thunder. This is in the, Advent devotional book, and I'm using her prayer for Christmas Day for us to, in our lesson today. May you bow your heads. Gracious God, we remember the Holy Family and the infant Jesus in the manger. We thank you so much for loving us enough to put on human skin, to come to earth and live among us. With gratitude and thanksgiving, may we obediently live as your disciples. We pray in the name of the obedient one. And enjoy. Oh, you're welcome. That's your tactile. And if you want the meaning of the partridge in a pear tree, I have some of those. Okay, y'all can have one for Christmas.
Hey, you see Kathy Turner, I'm gonna be there tonight for a little bit to talk about teachers, because I'll be in Washington DC. If she needs somebody, if she has some openings, I'll be happy to meet
See you, Paul. You go upstairs. Okay.
Paul was always bashful about wearing clothes, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We enjoyed the other evening.
We did too.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I told Vivi, I said, if we hung out enough with me, we know a lot more about history of people in Strawberry County. You know so many people, who their families were.
Well, you know, it was unusual. I knew the lady from
Pat.
yeah. She worked up there's a good friend of Larry and Nate's, that lady that sat on the couch.
Yeah.
I didn't know the other lady, but once she got to talking, I knew her people.
You knew her family, yeah.
But it, you get to know somebody, you know a couple of little things, it's hard to talk to them.
No, it really isn't. That was interesting about Rita.
Oh, and it's funny that both of them had said the same thing.
They had driven by and said,
That's my place.
that's my place. Maybe they're up there. Sounds like it'd be a great place for a big family in town.
She's a huge family. And all three sisters still on it. All three maintain it.
What, you don't know it was your father?
I guess. I guess. I don't know that far.
Notre Dame guy, huh? They look good.
Recording all of our dirty words we've been saying.